إذاعة امريكانا، إعلام هادف، جرأة وموضوعية في الطرح. برنامج الصندوق الاسود من اذاعة امريكانا.
هذا البرنامج يأتيكم برعاية كل من ماكس ريهاب، انجي دايموندز، اويسيس ميديتريان كوزين، استوديو 1 حسن الأتات، مطعم السلطان، 5 ستار هوكا، المحامية بتي جين، والعقاري عماد فرش. فقرة الصحة العامة، فقرة طبية جديدة وشهرية برعاية سيماك، والتي تهدف إلى توعية الجالية صحياً. This show is sponsored by United Outstanding Physicians. UOP is a physician organization founded in 2002. UOP has more than 1,000 credentialed physicians, delegated NCQA, and more than 1,300 affiliated physicians. UOP managed 20-plus health plan contracts, including commercial, PPO, HMO, Medicaid, Medicare Advantage, and Medicare shared saving programs, including 200,000 covered lives. UOP is controlled and governed by independent physicians. As a result of Obamacare, UOP established SEMAC as an accountable care organization to contract with the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, CMS. SEMAC was the fourth best ACO in the country after its first performance year. UOP CMAC strive to achieve the triple AIM of high quality, low cost, and better patient experience. At UOP, it's always patients first. For more information, please call at 313-240-9867. Most important question, do you have a certified UOP doctor? مستمعينا، نعود إلى فقرة الآن صحتك بتهمنا، وعنا فقرة جدا مهمة وهي فقرة برعاية UOP وسيماك، وحنتحدث نحن عن موضوع جدا مهم حول الإقلاع عن التدخين. وطبعا قبل ما نطلع بهيدا الفقرة خلينا نطلع نحن بإعلان خاص لسيماك حول هيدا الموضوع. فقرة الصحة العامة، فقرة طبية جديدة وشهرية برعاية سيماك، والتي تهدف إلى توعية الجالية صحياً. سيماك هي Southeast Michigan Accountable Care, is an accountable care organization participating in the Medicare Shared Savings Program with CMS since July 2012. CMAC is made up of primary care physicians and specialists from United Outstanding Physicians Network. It was the fourth best ACO in the country after its first performance year. مستمعينا، أهلا وسهلا فيكم في فقرة صحتك بتهمنا، ومعانا هلأ بالاستوديو الدكتور دوين دي فرانكو، وهو Senior Medical Director Blue Care Network، وطبعا هو طبيب نفساني كمان، وحيتخصص اليوم بالموضوع حول الإقلاع عن التدخين وقديش هذا الموضوع جدا مهم. وحتكون المقابلة لمدة نصف ساعة باللغة الإنجليزية، وحيترجم كمان بالعربية. وإذا عندكم أي سؤال فيكم تتصلوا من ديترويت على 313-769-6666 من وينزر على 519-256-1023. Hello, doctor.
Hello, Diva. How are you?
How are you doing?
Good. I'm great. I'm glad to be here.
I'm going to ask you now, it's your turn to ask a question for you right now. I had like the first half hour show, I had a quiz to my audience, and I'm going to ask you the same question to you, and I'm going to see what's your answer. And I hope everybody will love your answer, because I almost know what you're going to say. So before we start our topic today about the smoking, let me ask you this question. If you were given an opportunity to have only one wish of yours to come true, what is it?
Well, of course, I'm here with my medical director hat on.
Okay.
Right? So people who know me know the answer I'm going to give you because they've heard me say it before.
Okay.
If I weren't the medical director, if I were a genie, I had one wish for people's health.
Okay.
It would be today, people stop smoking.
Stop smoking.
Because it's the number one health problem really we face in terms of preventable illness.
اوكي، الدكتور بيقول اذا انا عندي امنية واحدة وهي انه الناس تقلع عن التدخين، لانه هي للاسف هي المرض الاول والمنتشر حول العالم. I did translate that in Arabic.
Thank you.
No problem.
I wish I spoke it.
We'll teach you, Eric. No, don't worry. If you sit like for half hour, I'm sure they're going to catch something, catch a couple words. Okay. I know that the smoking is very dangerous. It's very serious. And that's why you're here with us, to help us in this topic.
Right.
So let's start with the most important question. How big is this? How big is that smoking is a big problem? In which way? Like in medical way, or like in medical way, like it causes cancers, illness, or like in financial way, people waste money on it. So how big is this problem?
Right. Yeah. So great question. And I think there's so much information now about the negative health effect of smoking that people sort of know it's bad for them when they begin to hear it. They can tune it out, and it's easy to do that.
Okay.
But I'm glad you asked the question, because people need to know that 20% of all of the deaths in the United States are caused by smoking.
20%?
That's more than...
Wow.
That's more than if you combine HIV, illegal drug use, alcohol use, motor vehicle accidents, suicide, and murder. You add all those up, it doesn't equal the effect of smoking.
So this is the highest rate?
Smoking is
the highest rate among all these sickness, all these problems? And
it is absolutely the number one cause of preventable illness. Some things we can't help.
Wow.
You know, we may always, we'll make inroads, we'll improve with cancer, for example, heart disease, these diabetes.
So the death comes from where? What kind of death? Like cancers?
So so smoking causes 85% of lung cancers.
Okay.
Not all. What people don't know is it causes a lot more than just lung cancer. It can cause bladder cancer, leukemia, cervical cancer, cancer of the throat, esophageal cancer, mouth, tongue, kidney cancer.
Kidney also?
Kidney.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Pancreas, stomach, all these things, many types of cancer are linked to smoking, not just lung cancer.
Oh, yeah, because I think it's only the lung and the throat. I didn't know that it affects the leukemia, the kidney, the stomach. I didn't know all of this.
Yes, because you smoke, you swallow.
Okay.
You swallow the tobacco.
Correct.
Your stomach is affected.
Okay.
Your system filters that tobacco and those chemicals out, puts them where? Into the urine. Bladder cancer. It has effects throughout the body, and that's just cancer.
Okay.
But also, as I'm sure your viewers know, I'm only reminding them that tobacco smoking also causes COPD, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, emphysema of the lungs, atherosclerosis, heart disease, stroke. As well, because it affects all the blood vessels in the body. This is why you can tell when you look at someone if they're a smoker.
Is this the reason why do we have large numbers of young people, they have like a stroke or like a heart diseases and they die because of this?
Yes.
And especially if they're heavy smokers.
It's a large cause of heart disease. Not the only cause, of course, but a huge contributor to heart disease, lung disease, and stroke.
Okay, I'm going to translate that. That's very important before I forget.
Yeah.
Okay, بيقول الدكتور سألته أول سؤال إنه قديش هي المشكلة، يعني قديش السموكينج مشكلة كبيرة، وشو الأعراض، يعني شو المسببات لها، هل مثلا تسبب أمراض، وفيات. فبيقول إنه 20% من الحالات الوفاة اللي عم بتصير بأمريكا هي بسبب التدخين، بغض مع إنه في أمراض أخرى تانية، بس للأسف إنه التدخين هي 20%. وإذا جينا للأمراض التي يعانيها فعندنا 85% هي أكتر شيء من أمراض سرطان الرئة. وطبعا قال مش بس بسبب فقط سرطان الرئة أو الحنجرة، وإنما أيضا بسبب أمراض القلب، سرطان الكلى، سرطان المعدة واللوكيميا. فمش بس إنه كمان إنه فقط سرطان الثروت أو الحنجرة أو الرئة. Okay, doctor, how many people smoke, and is the number still going up or is going down now?
Well, the number we think is going down.
Really? Because it's expensive? Maybe that's why?
Because it's very expensive. I mean, the average smoker probably spends $2,500 a year on cigarettes if they're a cigarette smoker.
Okay.
And they don't stop to realize it because it becomes part of their background spending. But, stop and ask yourself, okay, what else could I do with $2,500 a year? You could do a lot with $2,500.
I know. I can have a nice vacation. I can
absolutely bring somebody with you. Yes.
Yeah.
So yes, very, 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 very expensive.
Okay. So the numbers is going down. You think it's going down?
Yeah. So the number.
Why?
The number's going down.
Why? Why do you think it's going down?
Well, two reasons. One is a real and good reason. The other is maybe an artifact in the data. So the real good reason is there's been a lot of public service campaigns, a lot of legal activities. Now in Michigan, you can't smoke in restaurants, you can't smoke in public places. So these things have been well researched, and they do have an effect. And they've been, nationally, they've been put into place here and there in most places now, and that has an effect. A lot of public service announcements. You remember these very graphic TV ads. Maybe you've seen them a year or two ago. These things have a beneficial
when they have
effect.
those images of the disease, how it's spread in the body and everything, so it helps.
You see these people who, are wasted away, thin, sick looking so much older than they really are, and breathing through a hole in their neck, because they need the ventilator to breathe. These campaigns are very successful.
Okay.
I say that so the numbers look like they've gone down maybe in Michigan from 20% to 18%, now maybe to 16%. This is in the right direction.
Okay.
However, there are also these new tobacco, they're not even tobacco products per se, but the e-cigarettes.
Okay, we're going to talk about that one. So you say the reason why it's going down because of the good reason about the public service and all what's going on. What's the second thing? Do you think the number is going down?
The public service announcements and the legal efforts.
Legal efforts.
Yeah, and general awareness. I mean, people tune in to shows like yours, and they listen. We're getting the message out.
Correct.
So, and this is why I'm so happy to have the opportunity, because if one person hears and makes a quit attempt and quits, it's worth.
I believe after what they heard about all these diseases right now, I think they will quit.
maybe, but you'd be surprised, right? You would be surprised oftentimes when people decide to finally quit. It's not because they stop and think of the money, or they stop and think of the cancer and the heart disease.
Then what?
It's because they're tired of their grandchildren not wanting to sit on their lap because they smell.
Yeah, exactly.
They're tired of the way their teeth look.
Okay.
They don't like the fact that they're only 50 years old, but they look like they're 70.
The aging.
Because the tobacco has ruined their skin. It's these very,
And they look older.
Yes. It's these very personal, private things that oftentimes are the real reasons why people decide to quit.
Okay, I'm going to translate that question. السؤال هو إنه نسبة المدخنين هلا عم تطلع أو بتنزل. هو عم يقول إنه عم تنزل لأنه الحملات الإعلامية اللي منتشرة في وسائل الإعلام حول خطورة التدخين هيدي عم تلعب كتير دور. رقم 2 كمان قال إنه الدولة بلشت تمنع التدخين في الأماكن العامة، وهيدي كمان ساهمت في يعني إنه الأرقام عم تنزل. كمان ذكر إنه في ناس مثلا اللي عم تكبر بالعمر كمان ما عادش صارت تحب تدخن كتير، لأنه مثلا إذا واحد مثلا جد عنده مثلا حفيد بده يقعده مثلا يلعب معه ما بده يكون ريحته دخان حتى الطفل اللي يشمها الريحة. أيضا الدخان بيسبب إنه الشكل الإنسان يكبر، يعني إذا كان عمره 40 سنة بيكون شكله كأنه صار عمره 60 سنة، وبتكون التجاعيد يعني إيش بكير كتير على وجهه. Doctor, we have another question about the e-cigarettes, of course, and I mean, I remember like the past 3 years I've been seeing it in gas stations and stores everywhere, because before 3-4 years it was not out there. Right. So is it like safer than a regular cigarette, or it's more worse? So why are they selling these e-cigarettes? For what?
I think that the people who use them oftentimes use them because they believe that they are safer. Mm-hmm. And by the way, when you ask people, do you smoke? They don't include e-cigarettes. They'll say, no, I don't smoke. Mm-hmm. I use e-cigarette all the time, but that's not smoking. That's another reason why the number seems to be going down. But some of the people who don't smoke are using e-cigarettes. They think it's very safe. Mm-hmm. it really isn't nearly as safe as they think, unfortunately.
They're not.
I wish I had a different message because I know people enjoy them, and I don't want to take any enjoyment away from anybody.
Okay.
But the fact of the matter is that they wouldn't be using them if it was water only in those things. They use them because there's nicotine in there.
Oh,
and
so there's nicotine in there?
Absolutely.
Okay.
There's nicotine in there, so people get addicted to the e-cigarettes.
Oh.
And they think, well, it's like a nicotine gum or a nicotine patch.
So it's not like something it helps you to quit smoking or to reduce the smoking. It's the same thing.
I can't say that it would never work for anyone in that way.
Okay.
Okay? However, if you want to quit smoking and you need a little nicotine to help you, you can get that over the counter as a gum or a lozenge.
Yeah, we're going to talk about this, how you can quit the smoking.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we're going to go do that questions. If you want to quit the smoking, how can they start? If a smoker, how can they do that?
Yeah. So three things maybe you need to know. One, there are a few lucky people who just quit, and that's it.
Okay.
They're lucky.
Okay.
Most people who successfully quit are successful because they have a plan. They think it through, they get ready, they choose a quit date, they get prepared. How do you get prepared?
Correct.
There's a lot of help out there. We have at Blue Care Network, we have a quit guide.
Okay.
You don't have to be a Blue Care Network member. You can go to our website
so
and
Blue
get
Care
it.
do have a plan to help people like who are smokers, to help them to quit smoking.
Yep, we have a quit guide. People can go, and you do not have to be a Blue Care Network member to go to our website, bcbsm.com/bcnquit. So BCBSM stands for Blue Cross Blue Shield Michigan.com/BCNquit.
Okay.
And they can download, I brought a copy with me.
Sure.
It's this quit guide. They can download an electronic version.
Okay.
And it answers that question, where do I get started? And it will explain to them, number one, come up with a plan. I'll tell you in a moment what some things are for successful plans.
Sure.
Two, consider medication. We had a question come through about nicotine.
So what medications? Is the medication for that?
Yes.
Okay.
So nicotine replacement can be very helpful. You can get it over the counter at the pharmacy. It comes as a gum or a lozenge. The good thing about the nicotine replacement is you know exactly how much you're getting.
It's okay. Do they need a prescription for that?
No, over the counter.
Okay, over the counter.
Okay. You can get prescription nicotine replacement also.
We've been getting many questions, by the way, doctor. So
Good.
let's go with the medications.
Yes. So nicotine replacement comes in many forms, patches, gum, lozenges. You can get it over the counter or by prescription. And what the replacement does is it helps you over the cravings for nicotine. Nicotine is one of the most addictive substances we know.
Okay,
up there with heroin.
I have a question for that. They say that the gum and the patches, nothing helped to quit smoking. I tried, and it did not help.
Okay.
So.
Yep. So here's the thing.
Does it work on everybody, or it does not work? So,
exactly. That's exactly the point.
Okay.
So, what people have to realize is, first of all, quitting is hard.
Yeah.
Whoever that was asked the question has tried, and all I want to do is give them applause because it's hard even to try.
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
The average person who quits successfully, and by quitting successfully, I mean you've stayed away from tobacco products for a year.
Yes.
And what we know statistically, if you can stay away for a year, chances are you'll never go back.
Oh, okay.
People who quit successfully have made an average of 7 prior attempts.
Yes.
So people who try and fail, they need to get up, pick themselves up, try again. This is my advice. It's difficult, but that is the advice. And no, the replacement, one strategy, there's no one strategy that works for everybody. For some people, the nicotine replacement works beautifully.
Okay, for those who does not work, what should they do then?
So there are other medications that you can try. These medications lower cravings for nicotine in other ways. One of them is a medication called Chantix.
How do you spell that?
It's Chantix.
Okay.
And then, there's another medication.
This is prescription or no?
These are prescription.
So
now,
they
these
have
are
to get from their doctor?
Yes.
Okay.
These are prescription.
Does the Blue Cross cover all these costs? Like if somebody want to quit smoking and they go to their doctors, will they be paid or no?
So Blue Care, we take this issue very seriously at Blue Care Network. It's something we have a big long-term goal to lower the smoking rate among our members. And all of these cessation medications are available to our members at $0 copay. Chantix is the last one to change. It's changing in the near future.
Okay.
And we have a free telephone cessation program. So that's the other thing. If people have tried nicotine replacement, maybe they can try one of these other prescription medications.
Which is Chantix.
Chantix.
Okay.
And the other one is Zyban.
How do you spell that one?
Zyban.
Zyban. So they have to try Chantix or Zyban, and they have to have a prescription for that.
They have to have a prescription.
And do they have any side effects or no?
All medications have side effects.
Okay.
And these medications can and do have side effects. Usually you are on them for a matter of 12 weeks or so while you're getting over the worst part of nicotine withdrawal.
Somebody said Chantix does nightmare.
Yeah.
You're a psychiatric, dude. I mean,
for a few people, Chantix can cause vivid dreams, nightmares. Yes, there was a big concern with it that it would affect people's moods in very negative ways.
Okay.
That turns out to be not as common as we once feared it was. So, and that's why these medications are. That's why you need to go to a doctor.
Okay, I'm going to translate that in Arabic, and then we're going to go for 30 seconds for a break, and then come back.
Okay, great.
Okay, we're going to go for SEMAC advertising after that. Okay, عفوا اللي الدكتور عم يقول هون إنه بالنسبة للإقلاع عن التدخين قال إنه الإنسان هي أكبر شيء ممكن يواجهه الإنسان صعوبة جدا، بس مش صعب جدا. فيكم تروحوا عن طريق الصيدلية من دون ما يكون عندكم وصفة طبية، بتطلبوا شيء اسمه نيكوتين ريبليسمنت، بتكون عبارة عن يا إما لزقة أو حتى علكة، بتحاول إنه تخليكم تتخلصوا شوي من التدخين. إذا ما قدرتوا فيكم تروحوا لعند الدكتور وتطلبوا وصفة طبية لنوعين دواء. النوع الأول اسمه شانتكس CHANTIX، النوع الثاني اسمه زايبان ZYBAN. ممكن يساعد جدا أيضا بالتخلص من التدخين تدريجيا. فيكم كمان تروحوا على الانترنت على الويب سايت الخاص ببلو كير نتورك، وفيها المعلومات كيف ممكن تساعدكم انكم تتخلصوا من التدخين على bcbsm.com/bcm كويت. بنطلع هلا فاصل مدة 30 ثانية وبنكفي مع الدكتور حول موضوع الإقلاع عن التدخين. فقرة الصحة العامة، فقرة طبية جديدة وشهرية برعاية سيماك، والتي تهدف إلى توعية الجالية صحياً. SEMAC هي Southeast Michigan Accountable Care, is an accountable care organization participating in the Medicare Shared Savings Program with CMS since July 2012. SEMAC is made up of primary care physicians and specialists from United Outstanding Physicians Network. It was the fourth best ACO in the country after its first performance year. طبعا وصلنا سؤال هلا من الخارج، طبعا من نوجه تحية للدكتور حيدر، هو أخصائي بالأمراض السرطانية والوراثة، وبعت هلا السؤال وسأل الدكتور حول إنه هل كمان بيسبب نوع من أمراض سرطان الجلد، وحنسأل هذا السؤال. Doctor, does the smoking also cause kind of a cancer which is related to skin?
Not.
Is it called genetic predispositions? Is that?
Not so much for. That would refer not so much to the skin per se,
okay,
but all cancer has some more than others. All cancer. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, all cancer has some genetic predisposition. That is to say, I'm born with an odds that I will get cancer, and then the environmental influences that I grow up with can increase those odds or decrease them. And so the problem is we don't know always what our genetic predisposition is. So it's an odds game. If I smoke, whatever the odds were that I was going to get cancer anyway. I've just elevated them.
Okay, so there is nothing, like no studies or something to prove that it might cause skin cancer.
Skin cancer, I don't think the link there is as strong.
It's strong. Okay, yeah. We have like less than 8 minutes, so we're gonna go with another a question for you. What are the sources that are available for the person also to quit?
Yeah, so it's a great question because people always think, well, this is a medical problem, therefore there's got to be a medical answer. What are the medications that can help me? There's some other things that can help as much as the medications.
Okay, perfect. Go ahead.
So telephone counseling lines. There's some that are available free. Blue Care Network has, for their members, anyone with Blue Care Network insurance has free telephone counseling available to them.
What about if they don't have the insurance?
If they don't have, Michigan has a tobacco quit line. It's 1-800-QUIT-NOW. The American Cancer Society has a helpline. It's not so much counseling, but they can receive a guide that they can use.
So
to help.
If they're part of Blue Care Network, they have a free counseling. They can call and they can telephone counseling, and they can call for like consultation.
Correct. Right now, it's called Quit the Nick, and it's available at 1-800-811-1764.
Okay.
And after this year, we're switching actually to a WebMD product. WebMD has a telephone counseling program that's very effective. We're making it available free to our members starting in January.
That's really interesting. Okay. What other things that BNC is doing also to help people quit smoking?
So as I mentioned earlier, this is a major thrust of ours, and it all begins with getting information into people's hands. People don't know what how to start with a quit attempt what can help. So we want to get them that information. The research shows that if a doctor or doctor's office gives you that information, it doubles the chance of your success just by someone reaching out to you and giving you the advice. So we've created our quit guide. We've distributed thousands and thousands of our quit guides to our primary care offices throughout the state. And we've created an incentive program for the members and for the providers to hand these things out to make sure that they that the information gets distributed to our members.
For this program, how long ago did you guys start with this program?
Yeah, so we started last October. And every year there's a member survey that goes out, and the member survey asks, did anyone give you advice to quit and give you information on how you can quit? And since we started last October, our scores on that survey have gone up more than 10% for each of those questions. So we feel as though we're having an impact.
What about the traffic of the calls? Do you get any, does the numbers goes up with people are calling, asking for guidance? They want to know how to quit?
The numbers into our Quit the Nick program have risen. I'll admit they haven't risen as much as we would like to see. They've risen as a result of this. And, maybe people have an online program. It's a telephone program, but it starts with an online intervention. Maybe they'll be a little more prone to begin that way. I think the problem is, we have a difficult time advertising this. That's why I'm so glad to be here.
Of course.
Because any opportunity.
This is a very important topic. Since you're the doctor, and you're the senior medical director, what ages it's the most people are smoking? Which ages?
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, the most ages where you see the highest rate of smoking is in the 20s and 30s. Okay. However, the age that to be concerned about are the 14-year-olds, the mid-teens, early teens.
The teenagers.
That's when they begin.
Wow.
And once they begin, that nicotine is addictive, then they're hooked. Now they've got a problem to deal with the rest of their lives.
It's because they start since the teenager age.
They do.
And of course, where do you think they learned that from?
That sounds like a loaded question.
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
I'm very famous with loaded questions.
Yes, right. Yeah. They learn it from
Mostly, number one.
The adults, in their lives, they learn it from their peers. It's a status symbol. They know
parents who are smoking in front of them.
They know that there's a little bit of a risk involved. They like, teenagers, they like to take risks, prove to themselves that they're going to live forever. We were all teenagers once. I'm not knocking them.
Okay.
They don't think of the long-term consequences.
Okay. In 1 minute, because I still have to translate that, what advice would you give to the audience?
Oh, one piece of advice, 1 minute. Don't give up. If you haven't considered quitting, please do. And if you have tried to quit and you haven't been successful yet, please don't give up. Most people try 7 times on average, sometimes more, before they finally succeed. But you can. It's an addiction. There's help available to you, right? The medication's available to you. Go to your primary care physician. Go to your doctor. Let them know you want help. Call the Michigan Tobacco quit line.
Yes.
Get a hold of one of our quit guides. You'll find there's some helpful tips that can push you over the edge. Like,
correct,
if you're going to deal with cravings, you want something in your mouth, you want something in your fingers, put
correct,
something in your pocket to play
correct,
with. Have some sugar-free gum to chew instead.
Correct.
They sound simple, these things,
okay,
but if you do several of them, they can add up.
Okay. I really appreciate Dr. Divaa for being with us today, and this is a very important topic, and I'm looking forward, actually, probably we have like future visit and
Absolutely,
we talk more
anytime
about it, and I'm going to translate that part. and مستمعينا، الدكتور بيقول انه الخطر العمر التدخين بين عمر 20 ل 30 سنة، بس الخطر الأعظم هو دون تحت ال 20 سنة، يعني مرحلة 13 14 15 سنة، لأنه هذه مرحلة كتير خطرة. إذا بلشوا التدخين صعب يتخلصوا منها. نصيحته هو انه ما تفقدوا الأمل، حتى لو حاولتوا تتخلصوا من التدخين حاولوا قدر المستطاع انكم انتم ضليكم تستمروا انه تبطلوا تدخنوا، لانه هيدي منيحه لصحتكم. طبعا فيكم تتواصلوا على ارقام التليفون الخاصه لبلو كير نتورك اذا كنتوا انتم ممبرز، على رقم التليفون 1-800-811-1764 ليساعدكم بالتخلص من التدخين. اذا ما كنتوا من ضمن البلو كير نتورك فيكم تتصلوا على ميشيغان على 1-800-QUIT-NOW، هيدي كمان بتساعدكم بالتخلص بالتدخين. بنتمنى تكون عجبتكم الحلقه، بنشوفكم ان شاء الله الاسبوع الجاي نهار الاربعاء، وكنتم مع الصندوق الاسود.
مستمعينا الكرام، شكرا لإصغائكم.